What's going on YouTube? This is Wayne with Wayne's Fish World, and today we are building roughly a 359 gallon Fowler tank, a saltwater pond, a huge saltwater pond. I talked about this in videos before. Before you guys watch this video, you guys need to watch this video right here. I'm posting it right in the video, dead center top. If you guys want to build a huge tank, you really gotta know what comes with it. Building it is the cheapest part. Actually maintaining it, stocking it, filtration, heating, all that equipment is going to equate to a lot of dollars. So you really got to you got to really know what you're getting yourself into. Right now I'm just starting to frame up the first wall. The dimension of this pond is going to be roughly 6 foot by 4 foot. So you got to subtract a couple inches. So this pond exactly isn't going to be 359 gallons. I'll get it a correct measurement of gallons later on in the video. This was a perfect day to build, guys, and I couldn't ask for a better day. Why am I doing this? For a couple of reasons. One, I got to reinforce my above ground koi pond, so I've got to have a place to put my koi fish. And guess what? I've always said I wanted to build this huge saltwater tank because that's why I got into saltwater, and this is my perfect excuse to actually build a saltwater pond. I think I'm going to coat this with pond armor or pond shield, a blue coat, and I cannot wait to get fishing here. I don't know when it's going to be though. It could be a while. It could be tomorrow or the next day or year. Alright guys, so this is what I'm doing. I'm framing up the first wall right now. This is 6 foot long by 14¼ tall. The pond's going to be a total of 24 inches deep, but I'm going to triple cap it or double cap it on each side, I believe, and it's going to equate to 24 inches tall. And what that capping is going to do is it's going to strengthen the bond between the seams so it won't bow. Every 16 center I have a stud that's 14¼ inches, I'm sorry. So then you got 1.5 inches here and 1.5 inches here, so that's extra 3 inches, so that's 17¼ inches. Then on the sides, this is the mistake I made with the pond, and this is another reason I'm making this pond. So I'm gonna put the koi in here, reinforce the old pond, then make this my saltwater pond eventually. But I have them stacked like this. What I'm gonna do is screw or nail down just like any other stud, but then I can send my bolts through here, and the walls on the other panels will line up to this, and the bolt will go right through it, and you can bolt and nut it down and it will not go anywhere. Alright guys, so you guys can see the wall is pretty much framed up. It's pretty solid. I'm going to put a couple more nails in there. A lot of you guys will argue and say you should use screws. You can use screws, nails, it doesn't matter. By far, screws are going to give you a better grip. I'm not going to deny that. Nails are stronger, but screws are going to give you a better grip. But I am using bolts. So with the reinforcement of bolts and a lot of nails, I know I'll be fine. I build a lot, and I know my limits. If you're fresh to building, I would stick with strictly screws and bolts, to be honest. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add something to prevent shifting. What I mean by shifting is the studs. 16 on center, meaning 16 inches here, 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 here. Well, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be putting studs, these cheap boards, nothing special, got the cheapest stuff I could get. I'm just going to cut this up into pieces to fit into these little areas. That way there's no shifting. Alright, I have no idea what to talk about here, guys. I'm just measuring and cutting away, taking those studs, cutting them up, putting them in between the boards, and I'm going back and hammering all my nails down. Alrighty, there we go. She's framed up. That's one wall complete. You guys can see that thing is sturdy as a mother cracker. That thing, I'm trying to stop cussing in my videos, and I gotta find words that sound right because mother cracker doesn't sound right. Anyways, guys, you can see there is no space for these things to budge at all, So that is a sturdy wall complete, guys. So I'm done to one of the side walls. This is 41 inches long. Yeah, 41 inches long and the same height. Now, what this is gonna look like, and it's not leveled up yet, but you guys can get the idea of what it's going to look like. And there's going to be 3 bolts. 1 second, where the hell I put that bolt at? Shit. 1 second, guys. I know I had that bolt. There we go. Alright, so you have these bolts going through like so. And there'll be three of them. 1, 2, 3 on each side. And then each side is going to have a cap or 2 caps so it holds it together better. Meaning no bowing, no wedging or anything. The step I'm going to be taking is actually joining these 2 sides together. And what I'm doing is I've got a spade. There's many different kind of drill bits you can use to drill through wood or cement or anything really. But I'm going to get it leveled and centered as much as I can, and I'll drill holes through both of those. And like I was talking about before, we've got 3 bolts, 3 washers, and 3 nuts. I'll take my socket set out and tighten those bad boys up. I was so glad to get some bolts through here. I ended up just through hoping I had it centered and leveled right. I squared the sides already, and how you do that is you measure from each side to side, the diagonal sides, and if say you measure from a diagonal side at 74 inches, you want your other side to be 74 inches, and if it's not that, you've got to adjust it a little bit. So I knew my walls were squared and leveled and all that good stuff, but this was completely eyeing up and hoping for the best, and through experience, I guess I just got it right, and luckily my whole pond in the end was actually centered and squared, so that was a big relief. Big relief. Didn't use a socket, I just used some channel locks to tighten it up. Alrighty guys, this is the only thing I hate about fall. I love the climate, I love the temperature, I love summer, I love California summer. That's awesome, I can't wait to go back. But this is the only thing I hate about fall. It's getting freaking dark already. I hate that crap. It's not even 3 o'clock yet. So, I've got my my last 6-foot segment, and the next part is going to be another 4-foot segment, and then just capping it. I haven't got the plyboard yet, so I can't sheathe it yet. So I'm almost done for today. I just got to drill a couple more holes, make 1 more wall, and bolt it all together, and that'll do it. So let me turn this around. This is going to be a monster. I know this thing's going to be heavy when it's done, but you guys can see this is how big the pond's going to be, and I haven't squared it yet, so yeah, you can see this is a little off. But once again, you've got the bolts are going to meet right here and catch these 2 corners together, and then we'll have our wall over here. I have not thought through filtration or anything like that yet. I know I should have done that beforehand. We will see what's going to happen. I'm clueless on filtration. Filtration might be underneath this thing, might be in a separate room. I think I'm going to go as simple as possible on this thing because it's going to be a Fowler tank. There's no corals going in here. It's just strictly, this is what you need to watch this video right here. I got into saltwater for the yellow Hawaiian tang, and that's what really drew me into saltwater. And I didn't get in for the corals or anything. I'm going to keep my 55 gallon as a delicate tank, but I want big fish. And this, I can have big fish. There's going to be a queen angel here, emperor angel, blonde naso tang, all kinds of tangs, yellow, hippo, sailfin, coli, powdered blue, powdered brown. There's going to be butterflies in here, orguys, raccoon, maybe heniocus. They get kind of ugly when they get big though, they lose their color. But there's going to be so many fish in here. Niger triggers, oh, I just cannot wait. But I'm in no rush right now. But now I know I have a big saltwater tank. Alright, so let's just take a second and talk about this tank and what direction it's going to take. First of all, this pond is going to be mainly for housing my koi while I re-support their old koi pond. I've got to put some bolts through it just to reinforce the walls. That's why I'm not playing around, and I'm using big carriage bolts on this build right here. First of all, this tank is going to be a slow build. I'm going to take everything into consideration, from heating to cooling to fish flow to the order the fish go in, to the food, to the types of filtration, to water flow, to every little detail that you can imagine, from fish size to every little detail that's going to take too long to talk about. This is going to be a slow build. I want everything to go right. I don't want to have to go back in this thing and repair it or make any little adjustments. I want a smooth sailing. In the future, this pond will be backed up with a generator, because if I'm putting this many fish in here, there's no way in hell I'm going to let the power outage I'll let a power outage kill my fish again. It's happened once, and if I'm putting a couple $100, maybe $1,000 worth of fish load in here, there's no way in hell I'm going to let that slip by that easy. So guys, don't be in a rush, but part 2 is coming out. Part 2 is actually going to be sheathing, meaning putting plywood on this tank, and then part 3 is probably going to be actually coating it with some kind of water coating membrane, which more than likely is going to be Pond Armor. I might first coat it with Drylok, but I might just go completely Pond Armor. So this is the build, guys. Comment, rate, and subscribe. Stay tuned to other videos. I'll see you guys next time. Favorite and share it. Later.